Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing one of the biggest industries that is going to be coming to cryptocurrency in the next 10 years. Now, in my opinion, by 2030, roughly 80% of video games are going to be on the blockchain. And in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly why I believe that will be the case, all of the benefits of coming on chain, and how big this market actually is, because some of the numbers that I have done will absolutely shock you. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, the links are down below, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So let's get into the video. Now, the first statistic that I wanted to share with you is the number of gamers worldwide. As we can see by this chart, 3.2 billion people in the world play video games. Now, this is roughly half or a little bit less than half of the entire world's population, and every single year this number has been growing exponentially, and I believe it can eventually get up to being a majority of the world's population. As we can see, there are about 1 billion people who play video games every single day. Now, this statistic was a little bit difficult to find. However, from what I could find off the internet, roughly 1 billion people play a video game every day. This is an absolutely huge number, and it shows how big this market opportunity actually is. So we can see that gaming is an absolutely huge industry, and if it all comes onto the blockchain, well, crypto will get a lot more value. As I've already said, I believe that about 80% of video games will come onto the blockchain by 2030, and this is an absolutely huge number, so there needs to be some value proposition of coming on chain for this actually to occur. So I'm going to briefly discuss to you the value propositions of games coming on chain. The first big value proposition is that you can own the in-game assets. Essentially, cryptocurrencies are decentralized, and they allow you to publicly store and publicly verify anything on chain. As a direct result, this enables one to own an NFT. Now, this non-fungible token could be of an in-game asset. For example, you could own a skin for your player, which makes your character in the video game look very cool, and then you can eventually sell this skin when you're bored of the game. Of course, this is a very big value proposition for a lot of users. A lot of individuals will want to buy things and then sell them when they're bored. If we look at games right now like League of Legends, the average player spends a ton of money on League of Legends skins. Most people spend hundreds of dollars just to get skins in League of Legends, and they can never sell those skins. Once they've got the skin, that is it. If we're talking about an Ethereum-based or a blockchain-based game, they can get that skin, they can use it, and then they can sell it when they're done with the game. A huge value proposition for the players. Now, the next big value proposition is play to earn. Essentially, a lot of big games allow you to actually earn money if you're playing more and more. This is a very common model in cryptocurrency-based games, and essentially most of these games will actually have their own token. As a direct result, if you're a strong player, you play the game a lot, you can earn a lot of these tokens, and this can be very rewarding to a lot of individuals who play the game. Now, the next big benefit of bringing all of the games on chain is that essentially the cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are secure and immutable. This means that once the game is brought on chain, it is stored there forever. All of the data and all of the history about the game is going to be stored on the Ethereum main chain. Now, the final value proposition for video games coming on chain is essentially there's an exponential revenue increase. And in my opinion, this is why nearly every game is going to come on chain by 2030. It's because the amount of revenue that they're going to get from doing this is going to be so much ludicrously larger than it was previously that every game is essentially going to need to come on chain or die. It's the only option. And let's think about why such an exponential revenue increase would happen. Well, as we've already said, on blockchain-based games, you can own your own assets. You can buy and you can sell those assets. As a direct result, this means a lot of people are trading their in-game assets. The more trading that happens with these in-game assets, the more of a cut the video game creator can take. For example, every time an asset is traded, the video game creator will probably say, hey, we're taking 5% off that, or we're taking 10% off that, and that's simply their reward for allowing individuals to do this. So this is going to mean there'll be a lot more trading activity and a lot more revenue. Moreover, these games can actually have their own tokens, and if these tokens really take off and the game becomes really popular, well, that's a lot of money for the team. So this, in my opinion, is the main reason why nearly every video game will come onto the blockchain by 2030. And now I'm going to run through some numbers about what I've found, and I'm actually going to have some proof to back up my claims here. The game that I'm going to be taking as an example is Axie Infinity. Now, if you don't know what Axie Infinity is, it's an Ethereum-based video game that has become unbelievably popular over the last year, and I'm going to be taking a look at Axie Infinity's numbers, Axie Infinity's player count, and then scouting that out with the rest of the industry. Now, the first thing I want to show you is that Axie Infinity has a market capitalization of $8 billion. This is for Axie Infinity's in-game token, and it's gone absolutely parabolic, really proving that games can make a lot of revenue. Now, we're going to put this all on a relative basis. Essentially, Axie Infinity has 2 million daily active users, so 2 million people jump onto Axie Infinity every single day, and they play the video game. Now, with 2 million daily active users, Axie Infinity are making $3 to $5 billion every year. That's right, these 2 million daily active users are essentially giving Axie Infinity enough money to make $3 to $5 billion every single year. An absolutely massive amount of money. However, this doesn't mean anything unless it's put on a relative basis. So we're going to look at another video game that is not on chain. Roblox is an unbelievably popular video game, however Roblox is not on the blockchain. So we're going to take a look at Roblox's numbers and compare it to Axie Infinity's numbers. Essentially, Roblox has 44 million daily active users. That's right, 44 million people all around the world play Roblox every single day, showing that it is a very, very popular video game. However, Roblox makes roughly $500 million every single quarter, and if you annualize that out, that's about $2 billion every single year. So, what I'm essentially saying here is that Roblox makes half the amount of revenue that Axie Infinity does, however Roblox has 22 times the amount of users. You can very clearly see here that the play to earn and the blockchain model is making a lot more money than the model that is not on chain. So, as we can see, Axie Infinity makes roughly $2,500 per daily active player. Of course, there's more than just the daily active players, but it's $2,500 per daily active player. Now, Roblox makes $50 per daily active player, so Axie Infinity is essentially making 50 times more money than Roblox is, which is showing a huge improvement in Axie Infinity. If Roblox were to come on chain and Roblox mirrored Axie Infinity's numbers, well, Roblox would make $100 billion every year. Now, Roblox currently only makes $2 billion every year, so this is a 50x increase for Roblox, which is absolutely insane. However, we do need to be fair. Cryptocurrency people do have a lot more money than people who play Roblox. Roblox is a bit of a children's game, and Axie Infinity does have a lot of hype right now. However, people clearly love NFT gaming. It's very clear that a 50x increase in revenue is not just because of the game. And Roblox is actually one of the games that makes heaps of revenue per player. Roblox is generally considered to be an unbelievably addictive game, and Roblox is very, very good at hooking people in and making them pay a lot of money on their game. However, Axie Infinity is still beating this game by 50x, and Axie Infinity is absolutely obliterating every other game in the entire world right now in revenue per player. There's not another game that even comes close to Axie Infinity in the slightest. Now, the really, really crazy thing is that if you compare Axie Infinity's revenue per player to the amount of video gamers worldwide, you essentially get a revenue number of $7.5 trillion. $7.5 trillion every single year could come on chain. Of course, this is optimistic. Not everyone has as much money as they do with the people playing Axie Infinity, but even if we heavily discounted this number and said, okay, let's just take $1 trillion, well, if $1 trillion comes on chain, that's going to be an absolutely huge move for cryptocurrency. Another point to make out is Axie Infinity makes roughly $3 to $5 billion every year. However, the market cap of the coin is roughly $8 to $9 billion currently. So, this means that most games have a monetary premium put on them and their market cap is about double the revenue. This means that all of the crypto gaming companies could have a market capitalization of $2 to over $14 trillion if we actually take these revenue figures. Of course, this all seems unbelievably optimistic and unbelievably bullish. However, I do believe this is going to happen. The amount of money that video games will make from coming on chain will be so much greater than what they currently make now, and they will all do it. I can almost guarantee that in the next 10 years, the big gaming companies, Steam and Epic Games, are all going to integrate with the blockchain. Steam is quite simply going to put all of its games on the blockchain, and individuals will probably be able to interact with Steam. They might use a Steam wallet, or they might just use Steam as normal, and Steam will do everything behind the scenes, allowing every single individual to own their in-game assets, and this will be a huge move for crypto. Of course, if you've watched the channel a little bit, you'll know that I believe everything is going to happen on Ethereum. Overall, I think a lot of these games are coming to Ethereum-based layer 2s. If we look at things like Immutable X currently offers about $0 gas fees to use it. So, if you're playing a game on Immutable X, you'll need to pay about 10 cents or less every single transaction, and this is a volition built on top of Ethereum. So, I do believe all of these video games are going to come onto the Ethereum-based layer 2s, and this will be unbelievably bullish for Ethereum. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.